Hey, what's up, James? This is a demo video for you for your POC Store / Ultimate Works second sister saber. This is installed with two sets of Proffies boards, but one singular battery. It's going to hold a 21700 battery to give you a lot of life to power both of these blades and then also these LED strips. I mean, you have a 5-pixel LED strip right here, and you have another one over here on the other side. I do not have any 21700s in stock. I'm going to fire this up with an 18650, but as you'll see, this is grossly undersized for the battery compartment. I designed this chassis for a 21700. I sent you the link to buy one of those from Lumen. So let me know if you have any trouble getting that. Alternatively, if you want me to keep this until my shipment comes in and I can send one with it, I can do that, but it probably won't be for another week or so. It will be quicker for you to order one. But that won't stop us from lighting this up and showing you that it works. All right, and of course you can take these fins if you like, and you can fold them out. So these fins fold all the way out like that. You can operate the saber like this, but for the sake of this demo, we're going to keep them folded and just go at it like this. All right. Each side is a 2-button setup. So you've got a plunger switch. Maybe a little bit hard to see black on black, but there's a plunger switch right here. And then 180 degrees from that, there's another plunger switch. A little bit easier to see them like that. So one up top here, one on the bottom, and that is the same for the other side. So you see your bottom one here and your top one here. Each side has a shadow foil props lit PCB connector. So you've got one here with a bunch of LEDs on it, and you've got one that matches it right over here. All right. These panels can look identical, but how you can tell which one to take off for your battery is one of them has a slot in it. This little guy right here, it has a slot in it. So I made this one be the battery cover, so you know every time when you want to take a battery or put one in or take one out, this is the side you need to take off, because when you look at the other one, it doesn't have that slot. All right, that is how you get to the board. I will take those off real quick and show you the board. I'll go ahead and I'll take both panels off just so I can show you everything. I showed you some pictures, but sometimes seeing it in a video it is a lot better. All right, so you do want to be careful that you don't lose these screws. They're pretty small, so that's why I'm kind of doing everything over my desk. So this is the side to get to your Proffies boards. You can see you've got both Proffies right here. They are programmed identically the same. They just have my sound font on them for now, but a copy of the config file that I used is on each card. All right. What you don't see is the speakers. There are two sets of 22mm Smokeless Outpost Nano Elite speakers. They are located on the sides of the main chassis here, and each one of them is pointing towards the emitter. All right, so you've got one about right here pointing this way, and the other one about right here, of course, pointing this way. All right, so you can get to your SD or your micro USB from right here. You will need to pop them up slightly to get to the SD card if you ever want to make any changes, and then put them back down. When you put them back down, I suggest using a little bit of E6000 on the sides just so they don't go anywhere. Sometimes on these builds too, I may take a piece of electrical tape and just put it over the board. I didn't have any reason to do it on here because the board or the handle cover is riding so far above the Proffies boards, it wasn't necessary. But sometimes when I do staffs like this and they ride up pretty close to the handle, I do that as well. All right, so that is how you get to your Proffies. I'm going to put this panel back on real quick because we don't need it for the rest of the demo video. And then I'm going to take the other one off and show you the actual battery compartment. All right. So I took the two screws out of that panel. We can go ahead and take it off, and that's how you get to your battery compartment. And this is what that looks like on the other side here. So that is made for a 21700 with the spring side over here being the negative side of your battery. I like to make those batteries pretty tight in here. If you get that 21700 and you put it in here and you feel like it's too tight, you can come over here and you can cut off a little bit of that spring, not too much though. Just cut off, just a coil or two to fit your needs. But I like to have them in there pretty tight so they don't go anywhere. All right, so, but we can still take an 18650, throw it in here. Whoops, I hit the switch. So you've got that LED strip right there. You've got another one right here. Now, when you feel these switches in person, each side, your top and your bottom, one of them is going to have a little dimple in it. I don't know if I'll be able to zoom in. Oh yeah, you can see. You see that switch has a little dimple in it. But if we look at the other side, it does not. It's flat, right? So each side, the one with the dimple, is the power. So that lights up. When you turn it on, this is going to go faster. So you can see only this side is on. This one's going faster, but this one's still going slow, right? Until we come over here and we flip this other side on. Now it ramped up and it went faster. And now both emitters are on, right? You got a nice smooth swing. Auxiliary over here. And these will react to the auxiliary button being pressed. This one over here. You'll see that over here. Right here. And then you do have twist off, because both of these boards were set up with the twist off function. You can simply grab this saber, twist it, and you can turn both blades off at the same time if that's what you choose to do. If you want to turn one of them off at a time, just use the switches. All right, so I'm going to leave this panel off just because it's more convenient. We're going to take a test blade. I'm not going to swing it around too much. You do have 2 blade retention screws on each emitter. But I'm just going to hold the blade in here and fire it up and show you that it fires up. All right, so this is this one. It fires up the blade very well. I just have one 1-inch blade, and it's a test blade. So our auxiliary switch is working, and we turn it off by just flipping or just tapping. All right, so that's one side. Keep this in camera. Come over here to the other side. Put a blade on this side too. Hit power. And it lights up this blade very well as well. All right, then auxiliary. And turn it off just like that. We'll go ahead and take this blade out. And when you're done, you'll want to come through and take your battery out. So we'll just come over here. I'm going to use a tool real quick. When you have that 21700 battery in there, you are going to want to get a tool. Some people use like a Lego removal tool. I use the back of my pair of tweezers. Just whatever you can get in there and just pop it out from the positive side, not the negative. All right. And that is it. That is basically your POC Store Ultimate Works second sister. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will try my best to get this out in the mail to you today, or actually tomorrow. If we don't get snowed in this evening like we're supposed to. All right, but if we do, I will get this out at the very first chance that I have. Thanks, man.